Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Nurse Incarcerated. Today, I had the pleasure of speaking with Ty, a retired Army veteran and a correctional nurse. So, he has worked not only on the prison level, but on the state level as well. Now, on this episode, you might want to play a drinking game, okay? I tried my best, and that's what took so long to get this episode out. I was trying to clean up the audio. Me and Ty were sitting in some squeaky chairs. So if you hear a squeak, take a shot, because I couldn't get them out. But don't let that take away from the awesome stories that Ty will be sharing with us. I really had a pleasure talking with him. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the episode and make sure you subscribe. Come on now. All right, bye. Thank you, Ty, for coming on. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, so I met you at Duval.
Yes.
And you're LPN or RN?
LPN.
LPN. Okay, how did you get into nursing?
Wow, that's a great question. I was in the military. I just came back doing my first tour overseas. And it was like, what can I do outside the military? Like, how can I really make some money other than the only job that they was offering for anyone in my job at the time? I was a grunt. So it was like being either a police officer and I was like, no, I don't want anything like that. So this guy was like, look, man, they got a nursing program that the Army's offering.
Okay.
Not only are they going to continue paying you, but they're going to pay for your school. So I was like, it's free schooling and I'm still get paid. So
why not?
Yeah, why not? I went and I just took advantage of that opportunity. I had to go get these signatures first. I had to get signatures from doctors and nurses, and once I got all that approved.
Was it recommendations?
Recommendations.
Okay, gotcha. Anyone in your family in the medical field? No.
I'm the only one.
Gotcha. Even in, what about the service? The military?
Yeah, I got my brother, my oldest brother, and my uncle.
How old were you when you went to the Army?
19.
19. Okay, very young. Yep. What made you get into the Army?
My mother.
Okay.
Yeah, she had 4 boys, and she gave us all the same speech. She said, you're going to do one of 3 things. She said, you're going to get a job, go to school, or go in the military. But either way, you're getting out of my house. So it was like, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to pick one.
I wanted to get out of New York as fast as possible. So it was like, yeah, I'm going to go to the military because they're going to send me away. I'll do that.
So, New York born and raised?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then you went to the Army at 19. What part of New York are you from?
I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, gotcha. The Boogie Down? Is that what they say? The Boogie Down Bronx?
The home of hip-hop, baby.
Okay, so after you graduated from nursing school, were you a nurse in the Army?
Yes. I had to give the Army 2 years afterwards. And after that, I was allowed to be free.
Okay, gotcha. So you just did your 2 years, or did you re-enlist after those 2? You got out of there.
No, because I had to extend. I already did 4 years, and then I had to extend for school, which was another 4 years. So I wasn't trying to stay in no longer. I was like, well, let me get the school in, let me do it in 2 years,
and then get out of there. Okay.
I was not trying to,
Now, what's the best place you were deployed to?
Wow. Best place deployed. Well, I wasn't deployed there, but when I was over there, overseas, I was able to go to Egypt, and yeah.
Did you see the hieroglyphics, or however you say it?
Yes,
okay. Are they
saw
black people on the wall?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, there are black people on the walls. Yes, they are. And if you go to the museum as well, but although those statues are in the back, but if you go in the back, you see the black statues.
Gotcha.
In the front, they got the statues that the Greeks were creating and all that stuff.
The broken noses and stuff like that.
The broken noses are in the back.
In the back, okay.
So you'll find the black statues in the back. But yeah, it was that was good. And another part when I went to Holland.
How was Holland?
That was awesome.
Okay.
Like,
what they got going on in Holland?
Everything.
Everything.
Everything. I think everything. I went to Holland. I was amazed. It was a different world over there. And the fact that they love black people, like they really love us over here. Like, damn. So yeah,
Was it a fascination with you? No? Okay.
It was pure love. It was like, because, there's a history of like black people going over to Europe and we taught them civilization. So they never forgot that. Like in Holland, they didn't forget it. They kind of knew that the Madonna was a black woman. And a lot of them, they pretty much, I guess they, what's what I'm looking for? They, just like the Pope, he has a black Madonna with a baby black Jesus in his own chamber that he prays to. There you go. That they pray to. So, yeah. Okay. So they was pretty much telling me the history, and I was like, well, I gotta figure this. I gotta find this out. So I did. I researched it, and the Africans from the name of the country there, but they came over into Europe and they taught them civilization, even set up their economic systems.
Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that was dope.
Gotcha. Now, what's the worst place you've been where you were like, get me out of here, I'm ready to go right now?
Afghanistan. Absolutely. I've seen some things there that I would love to forget.
Gotcha. So as soon as you could get away from the army, you did just that.
I did just that.
What was your first nursing job?
Wow. First nursing. Okay, I worked at this nursing home. And I didn't like it at all. But it was a nursing home. It was like, they tried to give me like 70 people. I was like, hey, hold on now.
Yeah, definitely.
We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. No, come on, I'm just new.
Right. They don't care. They just throw you out there like, oh, you got your license? Yes. Come on,
They threw me out there, and I'll never forget, I did make a mistake. I gave somebody the wrong medicine. I had to watch them all night. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. And I was nervous that night.
Definitely. Okay, so you're in the nursing home. You didn't like that very much. How did you find your way into corrections?
Okay, that's a great question. About 10 years ago, I was living in Georgia. And I got into the prison system there. And I was working at Smith State Prison, which is a closed prison. Close, not a supermax, but it's a closed prison. People there, they do life and all that good stuff. So I was working there for like 4 years, but I was like, I want more. So Jackson, which is where they do the executions, I said, well, let me apply there. So I transferred to Jackson, and that was an eye-opener. Okay. That was a supermax prison.
What were the differences between it that you saw?
Okay, first, capacity. Smith State Prison, I think they hold like 1,500. They was holding like 3,000. Wow. And like I said, they were doing executions here. And it was just how things were set up. Like Smith State Prison was like an outdoors prison. Okay. Like they would have to walk outside to go to the cafeteria, come outside and come to us, the nursing, all that good stuff. Jackson, it was different.
Everything was locked down.
Yeah, locked down. Also, it was like, I don't know, the workload was different. Kind of the same.
Easier? Or no?
It was easier because I like it when they come to you. I said they need to come to us as opposed to us going to them. And yeah, they come to us no matter what. Even if it was unless there was an emergency for stabbing that they couldn't move them, then we go to them. But other than that, they brought them to us for everything.
Did you ever sit in on the execution?
Yes.
You did? Yeah. Okay. What was that process like? Was it like The Green Mile?
No.
No? Okay. The movie, we can throw that out.
We throw that movie image out.
Wow. No. Okay. Tell me the process that you saw for the execution.
Okay. I basically assisted the doctor at the time when, they was doing the IV stuff. So, and after that, he said, you going out there and sit with the other people. So when I went out there to sit, there's a curtain there. The room is dark. When the curtains open up, that's the only light you see. And he's already up.
Oh, they're not laying flat.
No,
they're up.
He's up at first. And he's looking at the people because he's at the microphone. He's going to give his last words or whatever.
Is it just his family or is it also like the victim's family? They can watch
families.
Okay.
The victim's families there.
Can he see y'all? Can he see out?
That's a good question. I don't know if that's mirrored or not because I'm going to tell you what he said. It's never left me. Before they laid it back down, his words were, yeah, you can kill me now, but fuck you. And this is when he's talking to the family. So I think he could see them. He was saying, fuck you. And he took to the warden, fuck you. And he said, do what you're going to do. They laid him down. He was breathing. He took this gas, like he farted through his mouth. And then that was it.
It was done.
That was it.
About how many minutes or seconds? Seconds?
I would say minutes. It was about a good 6 minutes, 6-7 minutes. The whole process from the time that you could see the injections coming down to where he was.
Oh, you can see it travel. The injection traveling. Okay.
You could just see the things coming down. I didn't see it going in his IV or nothing like that. But it did because when he did that out of his mouth, I was like, ooh. Yeah. I was like, damn, that was it. And then he just stopped breathing. I was like, but it was like a peaceful way for him to go. I mean, the people that he killed, I guarantee you it wasn't that peaceful for them.
So that was definitely peaceful for him. And have all that anger at the end of your life.
At the end of your life, for him to be that angry and still towards the family who's going through so much that you're going to add on to it. And that's what he did. He just basically compiled all that.
Right. I mean, that's the only thing he could do.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he could do.
He tried to get vicious with his words.
Only could tell where he's going to end up. For sure.
Amen.
And that was the only execution that you watched?
Yeah, I didn't want to see him.
Yeah, after that.
I didn't want to see him.
How was it working on death row, seeing those inmates? Because even when I was at Florida State Prison and we had to go to the death row, it was even, like, it was low lit and everything. It was like, y'all really gonna make this creepy? Like, everything else is bright lights and stuff. Death row is very death row. When you picture death row, it's dark with one little lamp in the corner. That's what it is. Like, they really set the scene.
It wasn't that dark. It was lit up.
Okay.
Everything. But after a while, you kind of forget that you're on death row because they're there like for years. Like some of these individuals are waiting 8-9 years to be executed. So you kind of forget that you're on death row and you just treat them like any other inmate. Because that's how I was looking at it until you realize, he's like, tomorrow's next week is my time. And I'm like, damn, you dying next week? Like, and then it hit you like, I work in death row. And sure enough.
Because they still get medication, they still get care.
They still get care.
It would be like, you're dying next week. I don't really got to give you your medication, do I?
I told dude, I said, look. I said, you're a diabetic. As far as you, I'll make sure my shit is out of whack. Because they can't kill him if it's out of whack.
Really? They have to be medically cleared to die?
To die.
What?
If he had a stroke like a week before his execution is pushed back until he is recovered from his stroke.
That's insane.
He could have died from a stroke.
Right.
But they don't want him to die from that. They want to be the ones to execute him. So he has to pay through the state. And the state is the killers. So they want him to be 100% healthy. He has to
They want to take credit for the death.
Yeah,
like, we did that. We killed them. Right. Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
I'll be like, let him go.
Right. Like, he probably was happy to go that way.
Right.
But still, they have to
They
be
want
cleared.
control over that.
They have to be 100% cleared through medical.
Gotcha. Now, from Georgia, from that prison, where did you go to next?
Wow, I traveled a lot.
Oh, you did travel? Did you do travel nursing? What about when COVID hit?
When COVID hit, no, I stayed in Maryland.
Yeah.
I just stayed in Maryland. I didn't do.
Why not? That's when the big money was
That's
hit.
where the big money was hit, but it was in Maryland too.
In Maryland, okay.
Maryland.
Gotcha.
I didn't really have to travel like that. But prior to COVID, I did travel throughout this country.
Was it all correction travel jobs, or where did you hop around to? Any hospitals?
I hit hospitals. I hit some hospitals. Mostly the VA hospitals.
Okay.
I worked at. The VA doesn't really pay that well.
That's what I was going to ask you. Like, what was attractive? Okay,
the benefits is really attractive for the VA. me being prior military, I can continue on my years of service. So that's what I was trying to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so for me to retire through them, I was trying to do that through the VA, but that pay was just not conducive to the cost of living, and it was very hard trying to live on that paycheck. I couldn't do it. I can go now, but
Yeah.
then I couldn't do it. Yeah. So yeah, being a nurse and bouncing from place to place to place to place, and yeah, I learned a lot. Picked up a lot.
Definitely. I think you like when you do that, you get confident in your skills and confident like wherever you go. I know I'm gonna do a good job because I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I definitely have built that confidence. Not, of course, to your level, but definitely put me anywhere. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna keep them alive until the next shift comes.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's my whole thing right there.
That's my baseline.
Until I get my relief. When my relief comes, son, you can do whatever you want. That's
Right,
it, okay?
right,
And,
definitely. That's how I look at it now.
I worked in some places like I worked in a clinic that dealt with methadone, and and these guys in this clinic, they kept getting high every day, even though we're giving them methadone.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm giving you methadone, you're not supposed to use. They use, they go into a coma. We're trying to revive them, bring them out of it. We bring them out of it, we hit them with Narcan, then they get mad, they want to fight you.
Yes.
Oh my God, I just saved your
They
life.
don't give a damn.
I
No, you ruined my high.
Yes. You took my high away, why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? I'm like, dude, you was really, you was dead, man. And I brought you
I
back.
don't get no thank you, no
No,
nothing.
they don't get
Like, I saved
That
a
was one
life.
of the best highs I ever had. I'm like, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it took you out. You about to go super high.
Yeah.
You have to see God.
I'm
Golly.
sorry for you, man. But yeah, it'd be like that sometimes.
Definitely. So, with you doing your traveling and everything, was it a time that you were like, okay, I'm tired, I need to settle down? Yeah. Get
Absolutely.
burnt out. Burnt out.
Absolutely. I did. I settled down. Even got married. And it was like,
How far
Trying to
into
do-
your nursing career was it until you got married? When did you get married?
oh, I got married in the very beginning.
Okay.
So,
How old were you?
25.
25. Okay, still young. But being in the Army and having all those life experiences, you felt like you were ready for marriage?
No,
25.
no. I was ready for the money.
The money, when you get married in the Army, you get extra money. Oh my God.
You get housing, you get allowances.
Like, come on, girl.
Look, no, we stayed married for 8 years. It wasn't like I was trying to do it for the money.
Yeah.
Being married in the military is rough. People
Oh,
think
yeah.
it's easy. That's not easy at all. Me constantly being away, training. If I'm not training, I'm at war. If I'm not at war, I'm just not at home. And that was a lot. And not being there, and that really messed my marriage up. The military destroyed my marriage.
Gotcha. I definitely hear that.
Yeah.
Even with correctional officers, they said their divorce rate is very high because they're always at work.
When I
That
came-
could be hard on the spouse.
Yeah, when I came back, the military divorce rate was up like 80%. That's after the war. So that tells you when we was all gone, what they was on.
Yeah. Yeah. The work-life balance is not ideal for any
Exactly.
situation unless that person also has like a job or like a hobby or something like keep them busy. That's what I've seen a lot is when the spouse is just solely home with the children, it doesn't work out because they get overwhelmed too. They don't have an outlet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right. They don't have an outlet. And they need to, what they say, an idle mind. You gotta keep that idle mind busy because they will venture off and do whatever they want to do. I mean, we're just human beings. So that's what she did.
Gotcha. And how many children do you have?
4.
4. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. And where they live upstate?
Nah.
Just spread out.
I got 3 of them are down here.
Okay, good.
And
They
my
enjoying
oldest-
the weather?
And my oldest son, he's in Maryland.
Okay, really?
Yeah, he's in Maryland. He is he's the main distributor for Target. He has like 4 stores on the East Coast from Maryland up to New York, I think, that he runs. The main distributor for that region, so to speak. Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, definitely doing good.
Then
Top
my
dog.
other daughter, she is a counselor at this at the school in Georgia. And then my other daughter, she's a stewardess. She's a flight attendant. That's what she want me to call her. Flight attendant.
Not stewardess. Okay.
All right. She said we don't call us a stewardess. You a stewardess, boo. You a stewardess. She ain't gonna say that. I'm a flight attendant.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Just give me a free ticket.
Right.
That's all. I don't care. You can be called whatever you want. Just give me a ticket to Jamaica. You know.
Yeah, we gotta use those connections.
Absolutely. I do.
Like, hook me up, please. I need a vacation.
And she do too. She don't know go daddy, but I don't play.
Okay, so I know you travel a lot because you be gone.
I do.
Is that how you work on your mental health?
That's a great question. And I think part of that is just me getting out and seeing something different. That is a very good source to, like, freeing your mind of things. When you take things off your plate and just go out and enjoy life, you go someplace new and it's like new to you, and you're just trying to learn the culture, customs, and things of that nature.
How to get around.
That feels good. That alleviates a lot of things that you ain't even thinking about, and that takes away stress, and it does work as far as mental health. It does, because I did have issues, especially when I came back from Afghanistan. I had major problems dealing with things that happened over there, and how to deal with that. And best way for me to deal with it, I would isolate myself at the time, and I would just have to divulge myself into what I was thinking. And if someone was to come in and break my peace, then I would go after that person. Like I would,
lash out.
Yeah, lash out. But I had to learn to control those emotions because it was just too detrimental to relationships, family, things like that. But yeah, I'm much better now.
Good. What kind of coping skills did you use? They just evolve over time.
For me to cope, a lot of people was drinking or doing drugs. I couldn't do that. My coping skills is very boring. I like to go golfing.
Okay.
Because golfing, to me, I could spend 12 hours on a golf course, and I was away from everybody. I was away from my wife. I was away from my kid. I had to be bothered by nobody. And I would just be out there all day playing golf. I'd play 18 holes. I'd be like, I'm going to play another 9. They'd be like, nah, man, just go home. No, I don't want to go home. Play another 9 holes. I could be out there swinging that club. And that's another thing, because that's a way for me to relieve a lot of stress. Because for me to hit that ball as hard as I can. So, yeah, golfing was, when I got introduced to that, I really took it up.
When's the last time you've been golfing?
Golfing? Wow. I try to go whenever it's nice.
Yeah.
Shit, I went last month. That was the last time I went.
Okay.
The last nice weather day they had. And I was going to go last week. Some came.
All right, so we transition. You're in Maryland traveling and everything. How did you end up in Jacksonville, of all places?
All places. Let me see.
I'm sure you've been to so many beautiful places. How did you?
I have. Jacksonville's not bad. I came because my daughter was giving birth to my granddaughter, and I wanted to be here for my grandkids. 2 of my grandkids are here. Well, my other daughter, she's in Georgia, and I ain't too far. She's only an hour away. So I want to be here for my 3 grandkids. I wanted to be a part of their life and watch them grow. And I didn't want to keep traveling, even though I could, from Maryland to here, back and forth. It was
too much, yeah.
Too much. I just rather just be here in the Sunshine State.
Yes, the weather's better.
Kill that snow up there. They can have it. That cold, I'm done with all that. And yeah, that was probably the most intriguing part of coming here was the heat.
Yes. Definitely. Yeah. my mom came down here when I was in the 4th grade. She just packed us up. We never visited or anything. She just packed us up from Ohio, drove us all the way down here. And I've been here ever since. She never went back.
Never went back.
No.
You know, it's cold in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. I definitely remember snow days, building snow men and all that stuff. Yeah. I don't miss it at all. Yes. I don't. Not the cold. My kids never see snow. That's their big thing now. They want to see snow. I was like, I see it on TV. I'm gonna tell you, it's cold. Put your head in the freezer. You see that? It's cold.
Take a snow one time, like do a ski resort.
Okay.
That'd be cool. They can go tubing.
Oh yeah.
I don't know too many black people that ski, but yeah, tubing. Yeah, I'd do that.
Yeah. That's definitely. Okay, so you came down to Jacksonville. You're in the correctional field. What was your first impression of Duval County Jail?
Damn, Duval County Jail.
Was it anything that you've seen before? You're like, oh, this is, or was this like, they got a lot going on here?
Well, I was comparing it to the prisons, but I can't do that because it's a jail. So I can only compare it to another jail. But I haven't worked at a jail.
Really? Okay,
So
only in the prison.
Yeah,
okay.
I only work in
prison, when I think of prison, is much more calmer.
Yes.
Yeah, so like you go to Duval, it's the Wild Wild West.
It's the Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West. You know how it was. It was, what were they calling us? 17s?
Yeah, Signal 17.
Signal 17.
Like I have anxiety from that. I thought I heard Signal 17 over someone's radio, and my heart was like, oh God, like instant anxiety. I definitely developed anxiety from working there because the signals were nonstop at the time when I first started.
Yes.
Fentanyl was all throughout the building, and it was a mess.
And that's another thing. That's the difference that I did. See, the prison system, you didn't see too much of that. There wasn't too many people ODing, even though it happened, but it wasn't like it was in the jail. The jail was like, as soon as they get arrested, like every night somebody was ODing. And I think it was because they had just came from the streets. They coming off their high. They had to find a way to get it fixed. So in the jail system, it was just, I guess, easier for them to get that fixed than in a prison. Prison,
easier to sneak it in.
Yeah, easier to sneak it in.
Get it. Yeah. There was a time that someone had like cut a little hole out of their window and was like fishing from the ground. So yeah, they found string. Yeah, I think somebody was walking by and saw it on the ground, and they called and let somebody know, like, hey, there's string down here. Oh yeah.
That's right. Well, look, if they got nothing else to do but sit and think.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we can do this.
It's like the ingenuity, even when they do their little kites and have the string on the floor and they fish. I'm like, y'all are really, I see y'all. Or make a bong out of their inhaler.
Right. Apply that outside.
Yeah.
Like,
you're so talented and it's going to waste.
Yes. Everybody want to get rich quick. I want to get rich fast. I ain't got time to be trying to put this together.
And Duval is very unique because they have floors on top of floors. So
Yes.
there was a lot of toilet talking that I had not seen before.
Yes.
It's like, and they told me the whole operation, they take their mattress that they're supposed to be sleeping on, put it on the toilet, pump the water out, and then they can talk in the toilet.
Yes. Yeah, I was thinking on that. And the dude was talking to the girls.
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
He was yelling there. They yelling back, and you hear a little faint something. Wow.
Yeah, or they take their noodle cups and make like a telephone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they don't even have to get on the toilet. They just lay on their bed and
be
have.
talking.
I said, wow.
God, these guys are crazy.
And you hear the banging, boom, 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 boom. That was like dial. They're like, I'm dialing the number.
They are genius. They are geniuses.
What is something that amazed you?
Yeah.
With your time there? What is something like, dang?
That amazed me.
Yes.
They busted this dude who had a whole cooking set.
Cooking set?
Yes. He was cooking in his damn cell.
Like what kind of things did he have? Like a pot?
Yeah, he had like a makeshift pot. And I was like, how the hell you get that? Like, how you get that in jail? He had like a pot. Then he had a whole bunch of cup of noodles. Like,
This is spices.
yeah. Some of them were empty. Some had like stuff in them. I was like, what is he cooking in here? So apparently it looked like he was like making fried noodles.
Okay.
So anybody that wanted fried noodles, he was making it. And then he had like a bottle, like a small bottle. But I think he was making liquor out of that. Because he had that,
fruit and stuff and bread and
sugar at the bottom
yeah.
of it. And he's like, he said, I ain't finished for a minute. And I'm like,
yeah.
what is he doing? Okay. The bread
They get the bread and the apples and stuff, and they put it under a mattress.
Yeah, let it sit. And I'm like,
They be drunk. They be drunk.
Who was drinking that? You know what that looked like? It looked like some throw up. It looked like vomit for real. And he was mad, like, yo, that's my...
As they confiscated.
And they taking it away. I'm like,
Now, I know it's been a long time, but what was your first emergency response? Or what's one that's memorable to you?
wow.
It could be in jail, the prison.
One that was memorable to me when I was working in the emergency room in Georgia, there's a 5-year-old kid that came in. He was blue. His entire family brought him in. He wasn't breathing. And there was only 3 of us there that night. It was me, a doctor, and another nurse. And I remember we was working on this kid. We was trying to bring him back, doing CPR, everything. We even called the kid's doctor. The kid's doctor came in to help us as well. Man, we did everything in our world to save that 5-year-old, and we couldn't. And I remember the hardest thing was, I walked out there with the doctor to go tell the family that he didn't make it. And that emergency right there, the thought of that never left me. Him being 5 years old, and I think they got him to us late. That's what it was. I don't know what they was, because when they got there, they was all bickering in the, in the hallway and everything. And I'm thinking like, they pointing fingers like, if you did instead of them bickering, I think they should have just got him to us. And we probably would have still been here.
At that point, did you question your career as a nurse?
No. I never questioned my career.
You always felt like you make the right decision going into nursing.
Yeah.
What is your goals going forward?
Nothing.
You're good. You're coasting. You're good.
I'm good. I went back to school. I did like 2 years of that. I'm like, man, this ain't for me. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And it's just a bill. I mean, we go to school to accumulate a bill. Unless somebody's gonna pay for it, then I go. But once I started seeing how much I'm paying, I'm like, man, this is ridiculous. Because don't you know, back in the day, for us to be nurses, if our family member was a nurse, they taught us how to be nurses. And then we was
Really?
Yeah, like a carpenter. Your father was a carpenter. You want to do that? He would teach you how to be a carpenter. Then you be a carpenter.
Gotcha. But they figured out how to
market it.
Yeah.
Put money on it. We're gonna make them get a certificate for it. All that license for that. Yeah, we're gonna make that.
For some people that want to care for others, you definitely have to jump through so many hoops. Yeah.
And
they say we're essential and they need us. Like, okay.
Right. But so why go through the rigmarole of having us, come out and, like you said, all the red tape and it's just too much.
Yeah. I've definitely seen people where say nursing is a scam, and I see a lot of people leaving the nursing field. They do it to acquire however amount of money to start their businesses or whatever,
Right.
and then they just use it as income to do something else, something that they're really passionate about. Hence me starting the podcast, and I'm sick of it.
Exactly. See, I seen when COVID hit, they said about 70% of the nursing workforce quit.
Yeah.
They was not taking care of nobody with COVID, so that left a major void. That's why people was getting paid major money during that time frame. Now some of the nurses are coming back because
But it was such a scare tactic. They were like, "You will die if
Right.
you leave your house." So it's like,
Right.
well, I'm not going.
Right. Exactly. Everybody's gonna wear masks.
Right.
Don't touch nobody, and,
See,
keep
6
your
feet,
distance.
like
Yes,
it was a whole thing. So I don't blame people for leaving the nursing field
Me
because
either.
you're in that direct contact. Then you have to worry about coming home and getting your family sick. Like my friend, she caught COVID. Her husband said, "So where are you going to stay?" And he was not playing around. Like, are you going to get a hotel?
Oh my god. Yeah, at the time I was with somebody, she was like, yeah, you can't come in here.
Right.
Alright. No problem.
Yeah, that's
That was funny, yeah, COVID, yeah. That changed nursing.
yes.
Just 180.
Definitely. And then people saw the money. Did you hear about the nurses who went down to Miami, got the fake degrees?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like,
Yes.
I could have bought this.
Thank
All
you.
this blood, sweat,
All this
tears.
time, I'm taking the board. I'm sweating for the board.
How was your experience with the board?
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you something. That thing cut off like at 80 something. And I just knew I failed. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Because I'm sitting there looking at everybody else and they still clicking away. And I'm still like, now I'm panicking. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, why did mine cut off? I said, hey, can you cut my back on? He's like, no. He said, cut off? He said, yeah. He said, did you get a number after cut off? I said, yeah. He said, you done. I said, I was so scared. I was so scared.
Yeah.
I was, because, they tell us that it's graded on a line, on a curve, actually. Not like if you get A's or B's. It's just this line, a pass line. Let's say you answer the first one right. Now you're above the line. Second one you right. Okay, now you're above the line. Let's say now you answer the next one wrong. You're still above the line. Still above the line if you get the next one wrong. But if you answer so many wrong, you are down here. Now you got to answer right just to get back up. And I was like, I thought I was down here. I was like, oh my God, I didn't make it. It just cut off. Because they say you go up to 200 questions. And I was like, oh, if I go to 200 questions, I thought I was good.
The odds, yeah.
That shit was the 80 something. I said, oh shit, you are in a gutter. I thought I answered so many wrong that I was like, man, you ain't getting out.
All right, just stop right
You ain't getting
now.
out.
Like, go ahead.
I was panicking. I was like, man. They was like, no.
Do you remember seeing your results?
No. I didn't see my results because back then, at the time, we did it on the computer. And then what they did was they mailed us.
Were you checking the mailbox? Were you running out there?
But I wasn't, see, it was mailing my stuff to New York, but I wasn't in New York at the time. I was in, what state was I in at the time? I think I was in Kansas then. And I was calling home like, yo, Ma, what's good? Did it come? And they said, like, if you get a big envelope, the big vanilla envelope, you pass. You get that small envelope, that might be telling you you may have to take it again.
Okay.
So I'm asking my mom, like, she said, yeah, something came for you. Let me go get it. Wait, she comes and she said, I said, yeah, Ma, what size is the envelope? It's small.
Dang.
I dropped that phone. She said, you still there? I said, yeah, Ma. I said, go ahead and open it, Ma. Read it to me. So she read it to me and it's like, she said, you got a license in Texas? I was like, no. I said, oh, yeah. Because we had the state, well, I was in the military. So, but we were getting our license through the state of Texas.
Okay, gotcha.
That's how the Army does it. You got to go through Texas.
Were you stationed there, or that's just how they operate?
That's how they operate.
Okay.
If you go through the nursing program with them and all that good stuff, and you take the boards, Texas is the one. But that's where all medical in the Army is in Texas.
Okay.
Anything medical is in Texas. San Antonio, actually. So she was reading. She said, I said, what, is that a license? She said, I said, that's a spoil envelope? You sure? She said, yeah. She said, it says, congratulations, I threw the food down. I said, oh, I'm done. I'm finished. I said, send that to me, please. I need that right away. Thank you. She said, they said, congratulations. I said, okay, I'm done. I don't know how they do it today, though.
Oh, well. It's a whole thing. Like, when I took the boards, I think I went to 120. But they do say if it cuts off at 80, that's good. Usually, that's good. But I think I went up to 120. So what you do is after you take the test, kind of a couple hours later or the next day, you go back on the website and you act like you're going to retake the test. If they say, no, you can't take the test anymore, you already got something pending, that's a good pop-up. That means that you passed. If you're able to log back in and kind of like go in like you're paying for it again, you failed. So before you even get it, you already know, like, okay, I you know.
That's unique. Okay.
So I got the good pop-up. It's the you can't, you already paid for it. What are you trying to do, you know? So I was like, okay, I passed. But I still need that confirmation. I was still like, I need my paperwork. So yeah, I had my friend do it because I was like, I don't want to look.
Right.
I don't want to look. Just do it. It's like, it's okay if you don't pass, you know, take it again. But I felt like my questions were not more of like, I don't know, they weren't like stuff I learned in school. I'm thinking they're gonna hit me with the pH and all this and what is that. It was just like more of common sense questions, or I'm an LPN, so when to get the RN. That was mostly it. And prioritization, like if someone comes in with head trauma or someone comes in with a toe, broken toe, who you gonna see first? Like, okay, I got this, you know.
So was it like scenarios for you?
Yes, there were some scenarios. Definitely. There was no math questions. That's why I was really, or conversions and stuff. That's where I was like, okay, I'm really going to fail because but there's really none of that for me. And I breezed through nursing school. How was your journey through nursing school?
It was fairly easy. Okay. But when I took my boys, they asked me, like 80% was all chemotherapy drugs. And I was like, that's why I was like, I failed this.
Yeah.
Because I was guessing. I was like, no. I was like, I don't know what 5-FU is. All these chemo drugs they was telling me. And I'm like, and then they want to know how often is this drug given. And I'm like, dude, we did not go over this in nursing school. That was not covered at all. So I guessed.
You guessed right. That's the only thing that matters.
I'm sorry, I guess right. I was like, everybody I talked to that's a nurse, I'm like, did y'all have chemotherapy drugs? They're like, no, I didn't see not one. Not one? I'm like, they must have set me up. They're like, yo, get this guy right here.
We already see him coming.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's good. And it feels so good when you pass. It's like, like, is it over now?
You can run marathons. You can run a marathon. When that thing is done, you be like, ooh. I was so good. I was like, man. Because the things that you go through in nursing, just to learn this information, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like, A&P is hell. And then when you pass that hurdle, then the nervous system, that's hell. You got to get over that hurdle. And it's like every other system you got to go through and
Pharmacology is what got me. Yeah.
It's hell. And then it all comes together.
Yeah, it didn't really click until I was on the job. Giving out medication, doing insulin. It's like, okay, your sugar's high. Right. I give you this insulin. Right. Ooh, it went down. Okay, I got it.
I got it. That's what insulin does. I was the same way.
All I know is like I pull it up, right? And I'm sticking it, I'm okay.
I was the same way.
I was like, okay, blood pressure high. I give him this clonidine.
Right.
It drop it low. Okay.
See, I'm thinking that's how nursing should be. This should be more hands-on and less book. The book, okay, we can learn terminologies and phrases and terms, great. But what really needs to be applied is what's on that floor. When you're out there on that floor and you actually giving this medication and you say, oh, okay, so that's going to stop you from having seizures, right? Yeah. Oh, okay. What's the name of the drug? Oh, Dilan. All right, I got it. Okay.
I got you.
Yes, I got you. Now you learn these as you go on and you see, oh, snap, you have a side effect. To what drug did I give you? Now you know. To see what the side effect
and it stays with you. I've definitely been in like emergency situations, and I was like, we need that thing that goes up their nose.
Right, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying.
Where's the Narcan?
The hands-on approach is so much better than the book.
Definitely.
And I think that we have a problem with learning the book aspect because of the language that they use.
Yes. And everybody learns differently. And I went to school during COVID, so I didn't get to go to any clinicals. Nope.
See, that's terrible.
I did not.
You should have that experience, you had that, the hands-on. Because the hands-on is what's really important. Like, doing IVs, doing, I don't know if you did this, but we had to do NG tubes on each other.
No. On a mannequin, I've never done an NG tube. In theory, I know, okay, put the tube up your nose, okay.
When you do it, when someone do it to you, then you know what you're doing.
Okay.
You know exactly what you're doing. Swallow. Let's go. Get it.
No.
Hold on. Press,
that was never even an option.
Oh my God.
I wouldn't even went to school that day.
See, the military, they did everything. I'm going to tell you something. In wartime, we are actually doctors. Doctors.
On that level, yeah.
Let me tell you something. I amputated somebody's leg. And I had to.
Yeah.
I had to cut it off right then and there. And I was in Afghanistan. I just cut it. He said, dog, you about to lose your leg. He said, do what you got to do. Trying to get that shit. I cut. Got him out of there.
Was that a saw that you used? Oh, my God.
Straight up. I cut it, and we got out of there. And I wasn't thinking about, I wasn't even thinking about the gore. It's just like, do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. And people don't realize in the military, they give us the green light to do everything.
Yeah.
I was like, shit. Bullets, digging them out, not bare hands.
Gotcha.
Yeah. To save a life. Do what we got to do. Worry about the infection later.
It's a totally different mindset. And having that experience and then having to go, to anywhere and then have to work under somebody and get an order for this and that when you're so experienced and like, I could do this, I could do that.
Yeah, but I'm humble. I don't ever try to be like, because I'd be like, look, I'll get some friends. I'd be like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Okay. Anyway,
I definitely see that about you because I'll try to figure something out. I was like, where's Ty? I know he know.
Once they started coming to me and asking me some stuff too, I was like, she's all right. Okay, then Connie asks me a lot now. So, I don't.
You're very knowledgeable.
If it wasn't for the military, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have now.
But it's also that you're very cool, calm, and collected. So I like working with you because in an emergency situation, I know that you're going to be on your stuff. You're going to be calm in the situation compared to other people that's just like running around like, what do and it's like, you can't have that.
I don't know if you remember back at JSO, it's a young white girl. What was her name?
Haley?
Haley, yes. We went to 17 and she was all over the place. And I'm trying to assess the situation to find out what's going on. These two guys in the cell, this guy, they both used fentanyl and a synthetic marijuana.
Okay, hold on. Okay, we're good.
They used the synthetic marijuana and fentanyl.
Oh,
so the one guy died. And the other guy was just going crazy. So I'm like, this dude that's dead, leave him. This guy right here, let's work on him. So she is going crazy. Like, she's going back to the dude that's dead. I'm like, Haley, he's dead. I know they want us to go through the rigmarole and go through the motion doing CPR.
Yeah.
We're not wasting our time on that. When they get here, then we can act like it. But for now, he's gone. Let's work on this man right here. Okay, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. You know what?
Yeah.
I said, matter of fact, she needs to leave. She has to go.
Yeah.
She got to go.
Yeah. There was definitely a time where it wasn't that I didn't know what I was doing, but I had a panic attack in the middle of a signal. I was the first one there. My anxiety is already up. I'm trying to make sure I'm doing everything, at least keep him stable until my team gets there. And as soon as everyone came through the door, I was like, just start hyperventilating. Yeah. Were you there?
I wasn't there, but
you heard about it. You're like nervous.
I heard about it.
There's having a panic attack.
But you know what? That's common when you're a new nurse because I went through
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I went through the same exact thing. My first cold ever was like the worst cold ever, and it was like I was fumbling because I was in the way. I didn't
Yeah.
know what I was doing.
And
I'm
that's
like-
what I learned, to pick a task.
Yes.
That's what Howard told me.
Yes.
She's like, pick a task. I said, okay, I
Yes.
got oxygen.
Yes.
Because when you're trying to figure out, like, okay, what can I do to be helpful? I just don't want to stand there.
Yep.
You know, pick a task, stay on your
Stay on your
task.
task.
Yeah.
You want to be record.
Yeah.
You're doing CPR, you're going to do CPR, alternate. Yeah, all that good stuff. So.
Yeah. So now I'm oxygen girl.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I might need a puff of that. I need to breathe. Can't too stable yet. Let me hit that. Because when I tell you I couldn't breathe and I had on a mask, I was sick. I was sick that day, and I had on a mask. I couldn't breathe. Then I had a panic attack, and I just remember Amos. He looked at me and he took my. He snatched my mask off my face. He was like, "Breathe." I was like,
Oh, snap. I got a funny story for you. You want to hear this?
Yeah, all right.
I'm in nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're doing our clinicals, and we're at the VA hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The VA hospital, this was in Georgia, right? Savannah. No. Augusta. I was in Augusta. Okay. The VA hospital there, these veterans was torn up. Okay, so with this nurse, she's like, okay, I'm about to go do a dressing change. And she's like, anybody want to go? Nobody want to raise their hand. I'm thinking dressing change. Yeah, I'll go. That's simple. So I get up, we go in there, and the guy, he had a wound from his knee all the way down to his foot. It was there, it was beyond that. So I'm like, oh, okay, great. So she's like, get a gown, glove, mask. I'm thinking to myself, for a dressing change?
Yeah.
I was like, what's wrong with you? Anyway, I do it. I got up and all that stuff. So she's like, all right, you stand right here. I'm start taking this off. So I'm looking at the leg. I'm like, ooh, that does look good.
Yeah.
And as she's getting lower and lower, that shit is starting to look like this. And I'm like, ooh,
It was green.
hold on. I said, what? I've never seen a green fucking leg. I said, that's his skin? She said, yup. Girl, I passed out, hit the
No,
floor.
no, you didn't.
I dropped. That shit was oozing some green shit. I was like, what?
Yeah. Out like a light.
I hit the floor. She was like, she's like, how you gonna be a nurse? I said, wait a minute.
It would never get that
You
bad.
should warn me about stuff like that. I did not know he had a green damn leg down to his
Yeah.
foot. Gangrene. I said, she said,
I thought it was just a saying.
yeah. She's like, I said, why is it still there? She said, well, he's gonna remove it. What, next week? I said, y'all gonna wait a whole week? Take it now.
Like, let me get my star.
I was like, man, get rid of that thing. Ooh, Lord, that was the worst thing I've ever seen.
See, and I like things like that. That's why I was the wound care specialist. Dog bites. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
You would have looked at that leg.
Yeah.
You said,
No, it's that bad.
it was that bad. It was deep in his brain.
Oh.
Like, and I was like, and it was the smell.
Mm,
I was like, that thing is dead.
yeah.
I was like, oh.
They're still doing wound care on it.
They're still
but
doing wound
just
care on it.
amputate it.
Yeah, instead of taking it. So yeah, it was very interesting.
Yeah, you've seen a lot.
Yeah.
And you said going forward, you're done with school, you're just coasting.
Chilling.
Got you. Staying in Florida. All
Yeah.
that good stuff.
I'm gonna stay in Florida. I'm gonna keep drawing my military money. They're still paying me. They're gonna pay me.
Go on all these vacations and stuff.
That's right.
And golf.
Yep.
That sounds good. Before you go,
Mhm.
what is some advice that you would give a new nurse?
Advice I would give a new nurse. Easy. Ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. And don't be afraid to ask questions. That's the main thing. Some nurses feel that if you asking the questions, because there ain't no dumb question. But you don't want to ask a question. You want to seem like you're dumb. But there is no dumb question. If you don't know, then you don't know because you're asking to know. You know, information is endless. It's infinite. So always ask questions. Always. Don't act like you know and then try to go out there and do it.
Yeah, because you could really
mess things up for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
So ask questions.
Sounds good. Well, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that episode with Ty as much as I did. I have a lot of other episodes on the way, so please stay tuned and please subscribe to Nurse Incarcerated. Until next time, bye.